Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. I'm AJ, your host. How are all of you today? Well, it's Monday, and in about 10 days is Halloween. Anyway, we are in earnings season full blown. Today was an amazing day to trade today. If you were in the right chat room, of course, and where all of we are. And it was fun. And unfortunately, I was only 90%. Um, I was good in the morning. I gave back almost half my money over trading Beyond, and I think it was Roku. Um, so I did overtrade a little bit, but I was so excited. I was having a lot of fun. Boeing nailed. I nailed it. Nailed Netflix. Matter of fact, Roku's moving up right now into close. So it's very tempting. Um, but I'm trying to we have a great trader in our room called Darkside. He's a moderator, and I'll tell you on that one, I don't think I've ever seen him mess up on Roku. And for me, I'm still, I got that trade down, but not down. I probably am 40-60 win ratio. 40 I win, 60 I lose. It's just, some stocks like Boeing, forget it. I own Boeing. I mean, you can't even touch me on Boeing, Netflix. But when it comes to Roku, I'm still studying that. When it gets to these levels in the 129, 130, 132s, it's just like, I get in there and it pulls. And I like to play with 300 shares, so it's not very inviting when it yanks a point on you. And trust me, it's got range. But in the morning, I nailed it, and then I started over trading it, and then I gave half my money back. But I have no regrets. I have to keep learning. It's the only way I get better is to really understand how the stock moves. Um, but we played a small cap stock, mid cap stocks, large cap stocks today. I thought the ones that we picked were really in play. Um, we started with a stock called Boeing. For all intents and purposes, Boeing has really, it was 380 something dollars, and it's just tanked right back to 325 entries again. And their earnings comes out Wednesday morning, and it is going to be a crazy, crazy market on Wednesday. Let me tell you something. If you're a day trader, that is one day you want to be a part of because it is going to be really interesting how we're going to trade Boeing out this week. But I'm a firm believer in Boeing. I think Boeing is a very good company. Uh, I think in the long term, yes, we're getting a lot of downgrades and cracks in it. And I think the analysts are just sending a message to Boeing to clean up your act and do it quickly. Otherwise, we're going to pound on your stock. Meanwhile, I got other analysts saying buy the weakness. So it's kind of a mixed out there. So it's kind of like the Tesla. Tesla's a totally different category, but to me, Boeing at 325 is a buying opportunity, and you need to buy freaking calls on that thing. It's crazy because once this 737 gets cleared up, it changes everything. I mean, then we're going to be back to boomtown. But until then, I think we really need some really clarification, which we don't have. I think we all need to have some really clarification. But they made some really bad mistakes. Anyway, long story short, I'm over talking. I apologize. Just slap me. I'm sorry. Ow. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, so I wanted Boeing to come down to $325, and I wanted everyone to buy the stock. I gave it room to 320, but if you hit those 325 levels, I just said buy, 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 because it's going to bounce 4 to 6 points or more. It was a slam dunk. I was getting a lot of reviews, a lot of people tell me what a great call, AJ. Yada. I was so happy, and it did. It did exactly what I figured. It was already gapping down significant this morning from Friday's close. As you can see, it was 346. It gapped down to 338, and then it hit 336 in pre-market, and I was just like, you know what? I'm slamming this to 325, and when it hits, long the stock and give it room. So on 100 shares, $500 risk for me, but man, did I nail it? I just nailed it, and I played with 200 shares this morning. It was a great call. I played the first pop, and I was done. Uh, I was cool. I was just, I mean, look at this pop right here. Just the first pop at 325 levels, it hit 330. I mean, come on. Boy, you should see me this morning. I was screaming, buy that stock, buy the stock, buy the stock. I mean, I was going nuts. And then I came in and bought it again right here at the 330 level, right around here. And I was looking for, I think, 330, 290, and it gave it to me and went right through it, went all the way up to 334. So I'm the king of leaving money on the table because that's what I do. But I love that stock. I can't tell you enough. The next stock that we had in play was Netflix. And this too was just a great play. Now, Netflix, I got this one. I think this will continue to sell off over the next week or so. I do see 250 levels coming. I don't think the stock is anything more than worth than 250 to me, in my opinion. But today I played it very well. I called for a 270 pull at the open and then long it. And as you can tell, we were short. I first initially said watch for the pop it open to 276, 277, scale in short, take it down to 270, room to 265 in case it comes, bottom curl, and long the stock. I mean, you couldn't have got a better play than Netflix, and it nailed it to the T. I was really impressed with the way I called it out and in the room, and I did contribute. I played Bowie, Beyond, Netflix, Roku, and SGEN, and those were the five tickers I did today. And then the next stock that I went after was Kmart. I call it Kmart. It's not Kmart. It's actually uh, Kena Metal. Anyway, let me tell you something. This is one of those that you kind of look at and you're just kind of like, you're baffled. I got to be honest. They issued some horrific downside guidance. There is no way that this stock should be sitting up here. I don't care. It should not be up here. Um, this is one of those that just, it's one in a million that does what it wants and just you just get out of its way. Now, I did make a call pre-market to long at 23. uh, 24 area. Now, also props to Janny Moore because he called the actual call at 23 in the morning. When I was doing my notes, as I was jotting it down, I said the 23 level would be perfect. And I stuck with those notes. I told the traders, even in pre-market, as I was writing the notes, I made this the number one pick. I felt the stock would run to 29.30 at the open before it collapsed. And I did make it very clear. It made it our number one pick up here. And it did it for a reason. So I did tell this stock would come towards 29 or more at the open and then sell off. However, if the stock did yank a little bit more to those 23 levels, for sure, I wanted everyone to buy the stock again. I did feel it would get bought up, and I was correct. And it did. And it hit all the way up. Now, this was a pure short squeeze, which is something that isn't uncommon, does happen once in a while, but again, for this to come up and not pull and sink all the way back down was beyond me. But it was a great call along, number one pick. The next one that we did was Puke. We call it Puke, Puke. It's a bank. It's a financial place. It's a bank in EU. There was positive talk from the EU, Brex, and this is the stock I went after to short. I figured that this was up too much. As you can tell, it was 38.16, gapping up to 41.78. I wanted a slow gap fill fade to 40 and under. I felt the value of the stock was around 39.50 with the news, but it hasn't collapsed completely yet. I do think over the next day or two it will come back down. And of course, I'm out of beyond. And what happens when I'm out of beyond? I literally think the market makers just sitting here and watch me. I really do. It's funny. I took the stock here long, look, right here. And then for an hour, they made me just sit. And they took it down and they just look. And look what they did. And the whole point of me buying the stock was so I can get 111 on it. I shit you not. I bought it right here, live, when I came back from my break. Look at the timeline. I buy it here. And for 45, 50 minutes, they kept me here, knowing I was going to get tired of it. They knew I was going to get tired of it. Like, AJ doesn't like to stay in 30 more than 30 minutes in a trade, if that. And sure as shit, look what they did. Laughed in my face and went right back to where I said it would go. That's the whole purpose of me buying a stock. And I even bought it on the weakness. Bought it here, and then I bought it here. I had a nice average. It was only down 20 cents. I didn't want to hold it no more. I'm going to do my webinar, and look what it got me. Ah, I hate being right, but not staying in. Anyway, Beyond was a really good one too. This was a really good trade, and that's why I keep going back into it. I do love the trade. Beyond signed a deal with I think what is it? Dunkin' this morning. It came out. They're actually gonna go nationwide. Take out their sausage sandwiches, and they're gonna put. I hope they give you a choice because if I want a choice, I want to like give me. I don't eat sausage. I mean, my diet doesn't let me eat meat, so I just believe me, I'm waiting for a tomahawk steak. Oh, I shouldn't eat for 2 days and just go to Mastro's and order a tomahawk steak. I am dying for meat, but this isn't meat. So, but Duncan came out and said, "Hey, kick ass. We're gonna go nationwide and try some of that meat or beyond." So that's what they did. I call this perfect. I said that stock would pop at the open at 116, 117. In pre-market, it had already made its move. And then I said to short the stock, and you're not going to believe this. You will not believe this call. It was our number 2 pick. I said the stock would come down to 106. When it hit 106, buy the stock. I know this stock. I've got this down. It's kind of like Roku to dark side. I got beyond down. I got what is it? Boeing down. I got some of these stocks, TDD. I got these down. And look at this. Bam, 106, 112. Have a nice day. That was your trade. All you had to do was wait for it. And I had some traders in the room do that. Just that. They waited for it. That was a great call. Another great call we did today was FSCT. Now, this was interesting. A 13-day filing came out. If you don't know what those are, you have to look them up. But they came out. And there was actually two, what do you call it? Two investors buying 7% interest in the stake in the company. That's pretty significant. So this was not going to gap fill. I called a short at the open from 29.30, and I wanted the stock to come down to 26.50 and under, bottom curl, and go back to highs. When you got those kind of investors coming in and buying decent stakes in the company, you're not going to get a full gap fill. There's no reason for it, especially on a day like this. So, and what I did is I just said buy the 26.50 went polls. It was right here. It was our number. Uh, there's the 26.50, and I want you to short 29 and 30. I wanted you to short 29, give it room to 30, and it almost hit 30. It was a great call. Come down to 26.50. It's a cheap stock, inexpensive. Anybody could have played it, and it did just that. It came down to 26.60. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? You know, what can I tell you? Let's see. Buy some of this Netflix here. See if I get a quick pop in the close while I'm talking to you. Okay. I got 53 averages, so let's see what happens. Just trying to scalp it. Anyway, so that was that. FSCT. Another trade we did today was Puke. We already went over. And let me see what the other one is. Hold on. Let me see what the other one is. Puke and Roku. And now Roku, I wanted everyone to short Roku at the open and pre-market, and I felt it was up way too much. And I wanted the stock to come down to 125 levels because in pre-market it hit 126 level, and on Friday the lows over here was like the 125 levels. So I was looking at it and I said, you know what, I really want it to pull to 125, and then we get a nice rip rush. So I told everyone, watch for the pop it open to, I believe I said 132, and then a sell-off. So it was a really great play on Roku right here. 132 pop at the open, scale in short. I did want the 125, but it clearly did not want to come down to the 125 level. It stopped firm at 128.24. Now, This is where the room really takes over if you're in our room because it didn't hit. It was a great short. Okay, pop at the open. Hey, I'm a hero, right? You got what 3 points right at the out of the gate. So if you had 100 shares, you made three. And then the pullback was just it was right on point right here. I mean, but I wanted a little bit more. Once it double bottomed, you can't fight a double bottom. They made a decision that that's where it was going to stop today at 128.19. I mean, you can't fight that. I mean, it's it. It's done. No matter how much I want 125, I wasn't going to get it, which I understand. It is what it is. But what makes this room special is right here at this level on this buy, I shit you not, the great dark side just went long. And he was calling out literally 135, 34, 135 levels in front of every. Oh, I'm up on Netflix. Okay, so anyway, I'm making money as I'm talking to you. So this was all dark side. And people made money, and it was a wonderful trade. And it went all the way up to those levels. He's actually looking at 137 levels on this thing, which is really great, you know. So, but for a lot of people in the room, it was just when he speaks, it's like it's just a wonderful trade. You know what? I'm gonna sell this Netflix. Hold on. See it moving up. I want to get ready to sell that fucker. I'm up like I'm happy. There's $50. Get ready. Sell those 77s. Let's see if I get a little bit push more. 74. Only 3 cent spreads. Look at that. There's 77 again. See that? I'm trying to get those 8. Oh, look at that. I want that right there. See that? They're selling those 70s. There's a 65. I don't want that. I want to tighten up more. I'm just scalping it here. Just want to get a little bit. There's 71. There's the buy. There's the 80s. Okay, watch now. Watch. I should touch that 80 right there. There it goes. Boom. Got it. Oh my God. You see that? Look at that. Is that dope? I sold it at 90. You see that? Just wait. Oh, it's beautiful. Take 200 shares. I mean, I know it's like, what did I get? 41 cents, but fuck it. Take it. You see a move, I take it. Anyway, see, I'm smiling again. I always smile because I love what I do. There's always opportunities. Even if you just imagine just walking in here and just like, hey, do you have a trade? Yeah, right here. So, but hey, okay, I'm out of it now. So anyway, Netflix, Boeing, Kmart, Beyond, FCT, Puke, and Roku. So those are 7 that we're going to show today. I was 90%. I'll tell you what I didn't do well on was SGEN. Um, I I wanted a 96 break to short the stock. It did not break. Therefore, the stock held up. I did call for the stock to go to 100 at the open. It did do that. I was very pleased with that, but I also wanted to short the stock. It did not break the way I wanted, and the index did not break either. I made these two very clear that if the index, I have really certain criterias on my shorts, and I've been doing it more lately to protect the interest of the clients in the room, to make sure like, hey, don't go in until this really shows you. And Yandex reported that the government eased their foreign relationship, foreign ownership. I'm sorry, that's great, but that's not significant for me. And Yandex is a broken down stock, but I needed it to snap 32. If it didn't snap 32, it wasn't going to break at all. And I protected traders. So some people made a few bucks, some didn't. I feel bad, but I did protect them. As you can see, the index didn't snap below 32. The one trade I was very proud of that I stayed away from was BMI. Now, Noel did very, very good on this. Noel's a great trader in our room. He nailed this to the upside with 6,000 shares. He bought him at 737 average, and it popped, and he got it. That's great. And I'm happy for Noel, but from a trading standpoint, I could not recommend this stock other than to short the stock. First, in pre-market, I said do not buy the stock unless it hits 810. If it doesn't hit 810, it is a short, and it should come down. What makes this stock so unattractive is you've got to watch the market makers, and this is really critical in trading small cap stocks. These market makers are designed to steal your money. They're not here from a short seller standpoint. Your view is different because you know every pop's going to get sold off. From a long, this is not a long. Here's just one that just happened just 2 seconds ago. You see this pop here? All right, you see these pops? Now, these are massive 40, 50 cent pulls. Some of them are a buck 10. These market makers are like evil on the long side. But for a short seller, shit, I could do this all day. You could literally every pop would be a short. You just wait for it. And you even if you got in early, all you would do is add on the pop because these MMs showed you early on they were not going to let a long trader, someone playing long, make money. They were. It was very definite, very defined. So I like to trade them long because I can't get shorts all the time on stuff like this. But from a short seller standpoint, I mean, look at this spike. I mean, if you got this one top ticket, I mean, you pull it a point, 5,000 shares, you're done for the day. I mean, this is just a masterful. From a short standpoint, this is like a gift. This is Christmas wrapped up in one stock. From a long standpoint, you can't. You have to be a short seller and just literally just wait for every pop. That's all you do. You just wait. As soon as you get whoop, 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 short seller come in, top off, bam, slam it down size. Wait again. Whoop, 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 bam, slow down, bam, boom, done. Do it again. Whoop, 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 bam, slam it down. I mean, they showed you how they were going to trade this today. I mean, look at this one. Ready again? Look at this. You're thinking you're going to go long here, right? Oh my gosh, it's going to go from 680. Oh man, look at 720. It's going to go to 8. No, it's not. No, it's not. Whoop, 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 whoop. Watch. Bam. Slammed. It took you right back to 680. You see that? They're not messing around, man. They want your money because the average day trader can't stay any more than 10 cents in a trade. They know this. So they play the emotions on a day trader that does these small cap stocks. This took me years and years and years and years of losses to understand what ones to stay away from, what ones to play. This isn't about talking, calling the top and calling the bottom because there is no top and bottom in this trade, if you notice. It wasn't an all day sell off. It was simply designed to fake traders out from the long side and take their money. And it's all this trade was set up. And once in a while, you get these. They don't happen all the time, but you got to spot them out early so you can let your traders know. I never traded this thing one time today because I saw that. And boy, I was tempted. And every time I got tempted, I mean, it yanked. I mean, I was so tempted right here. I'm gonna go 1,000 shares, and if I would have, I would have lost $1,000, and I won't do that. The way I trade now, I'm about win, 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 and stay away from stuff that hurt you. But from a short seller standpoint, you can't deny a trade like this for people in the room. You've got to give them the opportunities in here. So I'm sure there's a few rooms that they lived and died by this trade today because how could you not? It gave you the opportunity and it gave you early on what they were going to do, which was right here. Once they started doing this, it was on. You could tell their chart pattern. So anyway, right now I'm closing out the webinar, and we are in an FDA halt. Um, there was stuff I haven't moved, uh, and on this one, uh, BRTX got FDA approval. Um, we were hoping we would trade this live during the webinar. I kind of timed it that way, but it won't even open. Um, my gut feeling is pop towards 186, 187's top off, and then a sell off. Um, but the longer it halts, the more am I intrigued for a big push. And but I do think this will end up selling back off. But there are a lot of upgrades on the stock, but we've got a lot of bag holders down here that have been holding for a couple of days. Actually, if you look at a 10-day chart on it, see these bag holders? They want out. FDA approvals. We already know how to play them in the great Awesome Calls Trading. So, and I want to give a shout out before I go to my man Ollie. I mean, what are you going to say about him? Come on, come on, really? I mean, the guy's made $1,500 in 3 days on a $399 account. I mean, just really? I mean, look, some of you gave him some shit that he made only $26 one day. You know what? You all need to shut the fuck up. Don't give him in. Look at him. In 3 days, he made 560, 245, and 763. Huh? What did you make? And people were leaning on him because he made $26. This is my hero right here. This is a pure leader. And all this man does is like Palmer. He pays it forward. He has a nice room where people can come in and talk to him. He tries to help traders. I mean, he's learned everything he's learned in this room. And now he's trying to pay it forward to all those that are struggling out there. And he's doing it with people that have only $300 and $400 to work with. Instead of getting wrapped up in these guys that go to the bathroom and then come back and say, I made 40 grand, which I think that's a bunch of bullshit, or try to scalp 7,000 trades in one trade. I mean, come on. Let's give it up for this guy. $760 today. And he went after MDR, which is not on my list. It was just a slam dunk short, and he took it. I mean, just shows you that you have the ability to do anything you want to do in day trading. You just have to do it. And you have to give it, you have to be in an environment where people want to see you succeed. And, I don't know what else to say. I mean, and congratulations to Noel. Just really took care of business today. Noel had to work in the morning. He was in the morning. He didn't see anything he liked, but came in the chat room and just nailed it out of the park. I mean, he took 500 shares of Roku. You can see right here his entry and exits. I mean, this is transparency at its best. This is what we do. Everyone is proud to be a trader in this room. We show what we do, you know? And for me, when I trade live, everyone knows I'm in or I'm out, what my entry is. And I don't always get the best entries. I mean, my gosh, when Boeing fell below 325, I was just I was like 326.41 or something like that. I was like, oh my gosh. But I got the pop, because it went up 4 or 5 points, so I got what I wanted. But oh, some of the stuff out there is just insane what the market gave us today. I'm so happy. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a wonderful day tomorrow. And don't forget, Boeing's coming out Wednesday morning. All right, take care. God bless. It's Christmas and Awesome Call.